Today, I stand on the firm proposition of the resolution that the U.S. ought to prohibit the extraction of fossil fuels from public federal lands and waters. My first contention is that this is a huge waste of land. My second contention is that it destroys ecosystems. My third contention is that it will benefit the economy and not harm it. Okay, so my first contention is about a waste of land. So according to the Center for American Progress, 77% of public lands in the western United States are ideal for renewable energy projects are in areas with little to no oil or gas potential. But they're still prioritized for oil and gas leasing. So the oil companies they still have to just take these things that are just going to be a complete waste of space if we just use it in the wrong way, which is using it for drilling and fossil fuel oil extraction. So we could have a much bigger potential with this land, and when we use it for renewable energy projects while using it for fossil fuels will provide little to no benefits. So my second contention is that it will destroy ecosystems. So what I mean by this is that drilling oil and gas creates toxic substances, and preventing drilling and extraction in public federal lands can help make everything cleaner in that space. So it'll also not harm wildlife, and it'll make water, food, they'll all be cleaner for people as well, because it's very, very detrimental to human health as well as animal health. And there are some species like umbrella species, and we've seen a lot of those umbrella species dying out because of this drilling of oil and stuff in these places. So why is this important? Well, it's because that if a species like this dies out, then especially for an umbrella species, it means that literally the whole ecosystem will be wiped out once the population of this animal starts declining. And we'll be the ones who are going to be hit hardest. So the oil companies here, they're fighting against a safe earth and the future of all humanity because they really need this fossil fuels to fill up their pockets with cash. So again, this is not good for many animals and many humans. So we should prevent drilling in these spaces where public humans and protected animals are especially in danger. So my third contention is that it will help the economy, not harm it. So the oil companies, they've actually been buying land at a really, really cheap, unfair price, and that's kind of creating a large imbalance. So they're getting a lot of money, but then the taxpayers, they're just like giving their money away and not getting any of it back. And those fossil fuel companies, they're just pouring all that money into their wallets, and they're destroying the future along with it. So a website called Earth Justice states, for decades, the oil and gas market has shortchanged taxpayers and provided numerous financial giveaways to oil and gas companies. The oil and gas industry pays far less than market rates to exploit federal public lands, and it routinely leaves the public on the hook for cleaning up the messes they made. So right now, the Bureau of Land Management, it's developing new regulations to unwind some of these consequences. And this is a welcome step towards making the oil and gas industry pay its fair share. Now, the prohibition of extraction of fossil fuels from public federal lands and waters is going to be very beneficial to our economic status. Well, you might say that it would actually severely impact the economy and people's lives because the sudden blackout of energy would be detrimental. Well, I mean, my refutation for that is, again, my first contention, because most public lands don't contain anything useful. Like, even though it would cause a little bit of money, we can deal with it because we would just lose some money, maybe some electricity, but the oil in those parts is just so low that there would be no noticeable impact. And the gas companies and oil companies have so much money that they can easily resolve the issue. So, if even they, like in half a decade, when it'll run dry, it'll be much worse. So we should take actions to make the impact of oil running dry softer and not just wait and make it so hard that the whole of humanity will black out when this happens. Okay, because of my contentions, I still strongly stand on the firmest proposition of the resolution that the U.S. ought to prohibit the extraction of fossil fuels from public federal lands and waters.